Hello and welcome back to the Silent Hill commentary with me, Skully the Metalhead. Today we're going to be heading off to Midwich Elementary, which hopefully Shura will be there so we can get Harry his daughter back. And this was the eclipse the map was mentioning earlier. Indeed it is, Harry Mason. At least now we just have a flashlight instead of the infinite match we had earlier. And this is the second way in which the PlayStation 1 limits the draw distance by providing you obscure darkness, which many games at the time were actually doing, but Silent Hill actually had a legitimate reason to do so. Does this make the game any better? Not really, but it does at least give a reason for the darkness being everywhere. Let's pick up our health drinks and head off. I gotta say though, like, I mean, it really does make the... Because if you recall in the last part, which you should have been watching, how I said that the bar, or at least how the fog was created in this game was a little bit poor. I mean, it is on the PlayStation 1, but even still, like, it just looks like a wall which you're just endlessly chasing as it goes backwards as it loads up the rest of the world. A way in which you can try and avoid enemies in this game is by turning off your flashlight, which doesn't really work, as you can see there. As they'll still find you anyway, so there really isn't any point. Of course, you do need the flashlight in order to read the map, otherwise, well, you can't read the map in the dark now, can you? And if you can, well, you just have damn good eyesight and you've been eating your carrots. Once again, if you don't check the map multiple times, you will get lost in this town. Believe me, if you're gonna do a no-map run of Silent Hill, I have the utmost respect for you. Ah, damn dogs. Just like a stupid dog. Eddie Dombrowski. I relate to you, man. Time for some Silent Hill trivia. The color of your menu bar, as you can see in the inventory screen, changes depending on what difficulty you're playing as. On easy mode, it's green. On normal mode, as you can see there, it was blue. And on hard mode, it is purple. So if you ever have a Let's Player claiming that they're playing on normal or hard mode, all you gotta do is look at their inventory screen and see the green there to call them out on such behavior, you know? Another thing to bring up is that it's really easy to get lost during the nighttime segments. And they don't... oh, excuse me. They don't come up very often in this game, so... yeah, that's something to note. Map. Oh jeez, this is going to be another one of those commentaries, isn't it? A time in which I don't answer anything and just aimlessly babble on during the whole nighttime sequences, or at least in that last part's case, fog sequences. There's a school bus. Everybody jump on the magic school bus. I haven't seen that show in years, and I can't even remember the theme song. The last thing I actually saw of it was like... I forgot what it was called, the Magic Weed Bus, I think. It was like a YouTube video about like... I don't know. Inside this school bus you will find health drinks, some gun food I think, and a save point. Or at least a pen and a pad of paper. Actually, you know what, here's a question I bring up. Like in a lot of video games, they have a lot of abstract items used to save, or at least outside of the traditional save point. And I've always wondered how exactly it saves your progress. I mean, Harry does explain in the diner that it was there so he could recount his adventures to any that might fall into the same trap, but... nobody outside of Heather Mason and Silent Hill 3 ever finds them, so what's the point? Yeah, but then again, Silent Hill's town development changes so often, I'd be surprised if they weren't... I don't know. Actually, you know, they should stop changing the town so damn much and focus on fixing those damn holes. And here we are, inside Midwich Elementary. If the next area will load... pause for a second... and unpause, that should help while syncing the audio. This is Midwich Elementary. We are going to be coming across some creepy crawlies down here. And some creepy children. In fact, quite a few... there. Excuse me, my poor literacy. We're going to be coming across quite a few creepy things in this school. Like, the gymnasium. Actually, we do see a locker room, but we don't see the gymnasium. That would be frightening, man. I have quite a few horror stories to tell about my gymnasium, I'll say that much. And this will be the only safe area in this place. If only for the fact that it has a save pad there, first aid kit and a health drink. Or at least this will be the area you'll be visiting the most if you ever get any progress done on your first playthrough. Of course, if you're a Silent Hill expert, you'll be able to ace this area in, like, no, pretty quickly. I wouldn't say 10 minutes, because that's... Well, if you can get past it in 10 minutes, you're lying, because I don't think you can. And this will be the puzzle, because there are 3 puzzles down here, all of which relate to the time in this clock area, which you'll find outside in the school courtyard. The first of which you'll be doing is the alchemy puzzle, which involves you going up to the 2nd floor and doing a little science puzzle involving chemicals and burning a stone hand. I know I just kind of spoiled the puzzle there, thus leaving me with a lot less to talk about when we actually get there, but hey man, I gotta keep the commentary flow going. We found some more gun food, and there is a beautiful painting over there, real Marilyn Manson-like. Actually, it isn't Marilyn Manson-like, but it's still very cool, man. Masahiro Ito did a great job, man. Like, it's one of the coolest and most blood-curdling things ever. And speaking of blood-curdling things, yes, the Grey Children. Now, in the European release, which initially I wanted to show you, but due to my technology just saying fuck you to me, I couldn't show you. Thus, you're seeing the emulation of the American version. In the European release, the Mumblers would be there instead of the Grey Children, because I guess in Europe a lot of people complain about the fact that killing children is, you know, wrong. And yet in America it's completely fine. And this came out a year before the Columbine Massacre. I'm wondering... I'm not sure whether to think that's funny or incredibly, predictive. I'm gonna stick with the less conspiracy theorist way of looking at it, so, yeah. In fact, I kind of find it funny because it's usually the other way around with censorship. Like, Europeans tend to get... Actually, well, not with Silent Hill games, actually, because Australia got a very dumbed-down version of Silent Hill Homecoming, which doesn't make the game any better. In fact, arguably it worsens it, because Americans get all the gore and shit, while we just get... Oh no, because it has to be censored. I forgot the guy that was responsible for it, actually. Because, you know, we've finally gotten an R rating as of, like, 2013, 2012, I can't really remember, but... Thank God for that, it means we'll probably be getting the uncensored version of Silent Hills, and my screen is fucking up again because my computer decided to shit itself like my capture card did. Why does technology hate me? All I have left is my bass guitar and my Dreamcast. And yeah, a lot of the doors will be locked, especially when you get to the nightmare portion of the school. I call it the nightmare, I should say the other world, but we're not quite there yet. And I just spoiled it for a lot of the newcomers. Sorry, dudes. Take that, child. Now, for those of you wondering what the Grey Children represent, or at least from a Silent Hill fan's perspective, these children represent the, children that bullied Alessa Gillespie back when she was in school. And, gotta admit, I can kinda see why, because I was bullied a fair bit in primary school, and, to a degree, still in high school, actually. So, dem feels, Alessa. Dem feels. Anyway, this is where you can get the, chemical. I'm pretty sure it's... actually, that chemical does play a point in one of the, rumoured ambulance ending that was going around in the year 2000, wherein, essentially, like, there was... a rumour going around about, like, how you can use an ambulance to drive across Silent Hill and unlock a secret ending, which, to put it bluntly, is false. And if you believe that rumour, then, sorry dude, I just burst your bubble. And this is the room in which you can get the puzzle done. That is holding a gold crest, in which we will need for the clock tower outside. Speaking of clock tower, I've never played that game, although I do kind of want to, because it seems incredibly interesting. The only thing I really know about it is, like, hedge clippers. I'm Sonic the Hedge Clipper! Yes, indeed. And, the way you make time progress is that you insert the crest into one of the slots which are outside. And, yeah, it makes time progress for some reason. I wish all time worked like that. In fact, even now, the crests are giving me flashbacks to Sonic Unleashed, if only for the fact that we had to collect so many of them. One of the only down points of Sonic Unleashed. Oh, and what's this? There's a Silent Hill playthrough in the background. Jesus Christ. The Library Reserve. That actually leads to one of my favourite creepy moments in this game. It's practically a footnote in the entire game, but I really love its use of music, man. again, I'm gonna bring this up in the review if, you know, my editing equipment doesn't fail me. But, yeah, I really want to get into sound design, and Akira Yamaoka is a primary influence of mine. Especially with this game. More so Silent Hill 1 than the others, if only for the fact that I feel that in this game he was a lot more creative in terms of how he created scares. Like, because when you become like a Foley artist or something, you can use like a variety of shit, man, and that's what gets me so interested, because you can create the creepiest of atmospheres using the simplest of shit, like... Well, there's a bigger example later on in the game, and I'll point it out to you when I do, but like... Oh god, it's so creepy. Now I believe the time will be 12. So I believe this one leads on directly to the piano puzzle. So let's head up to the music room and make some music. Yes, up those stairs, Harry Mason. Loading, we are still loading. Oh, there we go. Yeah. A lot of the enemies on normal mode tend to respawn a lot more than they do on easy mode, which a lot of players will probably notice. Or at least if they played all 3 difficulties like I have. I don't know about a lot of other people, so... Let's have a look in the classroom. Actually, you know what? Let's not look in the classroom. Fuck school, man. Fuck the system. All they taught me was like maths, English, basic skills. Yeah, Harry doesn't need to piss. He already pissed his pants a long time ago. Harry, don't go into the ladies' bathroom. You know, I can imagine Silent Hill being banned in quite a few places in the year 2000. I mean, as I mentioned before, the whole Columbine massacre thing. And even school shootings in general, you know, because, like, I can see why this was banned in Europe. Then again, I don't know. Maybe somebody gets some sick thrill out of shooting kids. Anyway, I'm just stalling for time here because I gotta fill out the rest of the runtime, which is not too long. Gotta admit though, like when the kids actually attack you, they make a creepy laugh, which is actually just the generic children's stock laughter, but in reverse. Odd thing to note, I know, but hey man, that's just the wonders of Akira Yamaoka's sound direction. Anyway, what is the puzzle gonna be like? Well, stay tuned for part 4. See you then, kids.